This is Open Encounters. Hear the voices of the people who have crossed the Mediterranean Sea. Now they're on their next journey of settling their lives in Italy and beyond. Their voices on Open Encounters from migrants of the Mediterranean.
Hello?
Hi, Bapa.
Hi,
It's Pamela. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good today. It's nice to hear your voice. I'm glad that we finally had a chance to talk. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And so, how was your day at work today? It sounds like you had a long day.
A little bit stressed and boring.
Stressful and boring. Tell me.
The rain was coming and the work was a little bit hard today.
Okay, so you had some bad weather today then?
Yeah.
And we're talking to you in Passau, Germany, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's so much that's been going on, Bapa, and when we first started speaking, it was just at the start of the COVID-19 lockdown. And, you know, we had spent a lot of time talking to people who were in lockdown and what their experience was. But then so quickly as things opened up, it moved into so many other topics. We were talking about labor. And I know you have work experience there, which I'd love to talk about. But then we also, with the unrest that began in the U.S. A few weeks ago now, around Memorial Day, with the murder of George Floyd, now we've had these bigger discussions about race and racism too. So this is something, all of these things I would love to talk to you about. But I guess first, to begin, let me ask you, how are you during the COVID coronavirus? Have you stayed healthy?
Yeah. First of all, I want to say thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
And I'm healthy. I'm always healthy because I'm working. I'm doing sport.
Yeah, and so for during the COVID-19 lockdown, were there people around you who got sick, or did everybody around you stay healthy too?
I have some of my friends, but we are not living in the same, how do you say it, in the same state.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, for example, they are living like in 200 kilometers away from me, where I am living. And some of them got affected with this sick.
Really?
And they were, and because they were living in Asylheim. Do you know what I mean by Asylheim?
I don't. You'll have to tell me because I don't speak German. Just a few words.
It is like an asylum camp.
Okay.
Asylum, yeah.
Okay.
Where they will stay.
So it's like a housing camp.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So that is where you will be staying when you ask for asylum in Germany.
Okay.
Until they give you a positive result. Okay. If you don't have a positive result, you are going to remain there. I don't know how long, maybe 10 years. I don't know. It's something like this. So some of them got with someone who have the disease, and there were like 10 of them. They were affected with this sick, and they were in the hospital. But up to now, they are doing good.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. This was my big concern as the disease spread very quickly in Italy, is that if it ended up in one of the migrant housing camps there's so many people concentrated in one house that, it became a bit alarming to imagine what would happen if, so many people got sick. But I'm relieved to hear that your friends are all recovered. Thank God.
Yep. They are doing good now.
Good. And how does it feel now that lockdown has lifted and it sounds like you're back to work? So what do you do for work, and when did you go back to work?
Like for my own job, it was a little bit different from others, because since the corona started, we are working. We have never stopped.
Okay.
It is like when you are working like outside, like people who are doing like construction, you know what I mean?
Construction work, okay.
Yeah. So they only told us the law that we have, we don't have to be too close to each another.
Okay.
Like we have to be like 1 meter away from each other, you know?
Okay. 1 meter apart. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it was really, really, really strange and really, really funny in another way around when I sit down, when I think about these things. Now we are having this kind of COVID-19, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are going through hardship, like asylum. We have not been accepted to stay in Germany,
Right.
and you only have to do what you have to do to stay in the country. And it is not even easy to have what I am doing now. You can ask everybody that you want.
Really?
Because they call it in Germany like Ausbildung.
Okay.
Like it is in English, it is called like internship, like when you are learning something. Like it's
Oh, okay. Kind of like an apprenticeship?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Sorry. Like when you are learning apprenticeship.
Okay,
like,
got
you
it.
are going to do it like 3 years, you know?
Mm-hmm. And so you right now have this apprenticeship, which is difficult to come by in Germany, and you're doing construction work. What type of construction work is it? Is it on houses or buildings? Is it on the streets, in the city?
Yeah, you are right. The question is very correct because in construction they have different ways. The people who make the streets, you know. Me, I am doing like building.
Okay. Right. So that's what made it so difficult today. You had some rain and bad weather and you still had to go out.
Yeah, I was having a little bit of cold, you know.
Oh, sorry to hear.
Yeah, but it's okay now.
Okay.
I'm good now. I just drank a tea and I'm good.
All right. Good one. The tea always works wonders.
Yeah.
And so then how long have you had that job? You said you've had it since COVID started or before?
In 2019.
Okay. So before.
September, I started.
All right. Okay. And
You know, I just want to explain to you a little bit how these things work, you know?
please tell me, because you know what?
Yeah.
The truth is, Bapa, most of the people I speak to are still in Italy. So I know Italy's system quite well, but Germany, I'm still learning a lot. So it's, I would love to hear more from you. Please.
Yeah. So I will start with when you first arrive in Germany, they have like each and every one, when you ask for asylum, like they want to know your age. Like if you are
Like a minor.
like minor from 22, 23 downwards, they will have a school like where they will teach you a perfect German, where you will learn the German language, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so, despite you are learning their language, they are still processing your asylum. So this was how we were doing. We were going to school and they were processing our asylum. So I think if you are, it depends on the individual. Like if you are intelligent enough, like in 2 years, I believe you can. I cannot say you can speak the language very perfectly because it's not possible.
Right.
Because
It
you are
takes
not
time
going
to learn a language. Yeah.
So I think you will communicate. They will understand what you want to say. You will understand them. I think this kind of way. But in another hand, the government will still tell you they are the one who is paying for you to go to school. They will still give you a negative result on your asylum and they tell you, hey, your asylum is finished. Now you have to leave the country.
Oh my gosh.
With an immediate effect.
So when you get, when you're in that asylum process, they send you to school so you can learn the language, and this is great. This is a great point for integration, so you can communicate with the people around you, and they can communicate with you. But you're saying that once you go through that process, and if your asylum is not approved, if you get a negative, then you're asked to not just leave the camp, but also, like the housing camp, but also the country. Is that right?
Yeah. They will give you what they call ultimatum. You know what I mean by ultimatum?
No, you have to tell me that too.
Like they have to give you an alternative.
Okay.
Like they will say, like they will give you, like it is written in the letter, like either you appeal of the decision or you leave the country immediately.
And what? Okay, go ahead.
No, just ask. I'm listening.
No, well, I was just going to ask. Like, what your options are if you decide not to appeal and you say, okay, I'll leave the country. What realistically can you do if you don't have a job or money to pay for transportation outside of the country? And then, of course, what country do you go to?
Like, I am talking about what I know, like most of my friends went to, because I am talking in terms of experience,
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of people in Germany. I don't know all of them.
Yeah.
Some might have, some might have another different chances,
Mm-hmm.
But I know more than 100 people. This is how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, they will give you a ultimate time. They will say you have to leave the country within the next 2 weeks, but you can appeal against the decision. The mere fact you appeal in the court that the decision is not correct, they are going to extend your stay in the country for like 3 months until the court decide what they will do to you.
Okay, so you make your appeal. If you say, well, I'd like to appeal this decision, then they extend things for about 3 months, and then you take it from there and see what the outcome is after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It forms very, maybe they will send you a letter. They will say, okay, now we are going to look about the case. Maybe in 1 year, they will not contact you for 1 year. It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because in my own case, I was like 1 year, 2 months.
Really? You
And
wait
that
for a year and 2
year,
months?
Yeah. And because I was trying to learn the language, so they called me in the court because they have rejected me. So unfortunately, when I went to the court and they were talking to me, they said, now you have to leave the country. You have been in the country for some years. Can you tell us anything that you have achieved individually? Have you learned the language? Have you done anything personally?
Mm-hmm.
And I showed them my school results, and I told them like I am doing good. I am integrating. I am playing football in my area.
Great.
And yeah, I was having some of my friends that they are white, and they also helped me to convince them.
They did. That's nice that you had that community there to support you.
Yeah, but it didn't end there. They told me like still they are not going to say anything. They will get back to me, like, and I apply, because to work in Germany, you have to apply, because 97% of the immigrants that are living in the country are not working.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's true. So for them to allow me to work, it is really, like, I would say, like, it is really a miracle.
Wow.
Really, yeah. It's not easy.
Can I ask you a question about work and labor in Germany? And this is in contrast, again, to Italy, where I know many people working in Italy in the migrant community do not have contracts to work. Their labor is usually exploited, meaning that the people who are hiring them in farm fields, in the agricultural field in particular, especially there, will hire guys for maybe a couple of euros an hour, or maybe it's just 25 or 20 euros a day. But there's no contract. There's no guarantee that there's work for them the next day. It's something that they just kind of have to hope for, and they always take because there are so few options. So is that also the case in Germany, that it's difficult to find contracted work? Are many people working without a contract?
It is different. It's quite different. Now, I will tell you, like, if they allow you to work, like, you do not have any result from the government. Either you have positive result or negative result. Let's say your case is on hold, and they allow you to start work, you will have a contract. Maybe like the owner of the company will give you a contract of 5 months, 6 months.
Okay.
But within 1 month, if he is willing, he will start you without no question. But in another round, like what I am doing, it is called like the house builder. Like you are learning a job, And it is stated under the law, you have to do like a probation time, like 5 months.
Okay.
Which I have already done.
Congratulations. Yes.
Okay. So if you pass the probation time, the contract it is written, it is for 3 years.
Wow.
So they do not have the right. Yeah. So they do not have the right. The company cannot sack you. The
Really?
only time they have the right to sack you is, for example, like when you steal from the company, like when you are working with your friend and you steal money, or you do something that is
Right.
criminal against you.
Got it. So you do something wrong, if you had bad behavior, or if you're just not doing your job properly, they can fire you. But otherwise, you have a guaranteed contract for 3 years.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible. It sounds really organized, actually.
Yeah, but like I told you before, it is different from somebody who is working like a normal job.
Mm-hmm.
Because this kind of job you are learning, you are going to school like 2 weeks, like how I wrote to you the last time,
Mm-hmm.
and you go for work like maybe 3 weeks, 1 month, something like this, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's
so
split
they
up
really-
with your
they-
education and the apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Okay. And
So
so
that's
how's
why-
your German right now then? Just to ask.
I can say like good.
Okay.
Yeah. Try.
Okay, well, you're going to have to teach me some because I'm a little rusty.
I will teach you when the time is right.
Okay. Okay. Now, let me ask you quickly too. Did you come through before you got to Passau, Germany? You came through Italy?
Yeah.
Where did you land in Italy?
I was in Venice.
You were in Venice.
No, not Venice. Regina, you know. Do you know Regina?
No.
But I didn't land there. We
Okay.
land in Lampedusa.
You were in Lampedusa. Of course I know Lampedusa. Of course. What would you remind me the date of your landing in Lampedusa?
Oh, that I can't remember. Sorry.
All right. Well, I'll keep asking you so we can remember it in time together because I'm very curious if I happen to be there at the same time.
About 4 years ago, I know that, like 4 to 5 years now.
So it was
Well, I don't-
2016?
Yeah, 2016. But the month, I forgot.
All right. Well, we'll keep talking about it. So again, I can help you remember. I'm very curious. Yeah, because I was in Lampedusa in 2016 a lot. So I wonder if our paths crossed there and we didn't even know it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I was very young.
Yeah. It's funny. It was already that long ago, you know? It's funny how quickly the time has gone by from then. And as I always say to everyone I speak to, how much has changed in that period of time too, and how much you've gone through.
It's like, you know, the more you get more experience in life, you will know a lot of things, you know, like we are not expecting this kind of life in like what you expect when you came to Italy, when you came to Switzerland, when you came to Germany. You know, you were having these kind of dreams, like you wanna have a good life, you wanna have a good future, and all of a sudden everything went down. You know, you are not having what you expected. So it's really frustrating, you know, in another hand.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to talk to you about that. I mean, what are some of the things that are most frustrating for you? For example, when you talk about having a dream when you first arrived in Italy, or even then in Germany when you left Italy, you have an idea, you have a dream of what things are going to be, what kind of job you might have, how things will look, how you'll just prosper and have a happy life. What are some of the things that are different in your reality now compared to what you thought they would be?
First of all, I would say like it is not far away from my dream, you know. Because I was really thinking like just to have a good life, you know, because I was having problem in my country, you know, like the only thing that I was thinking about is just to have a good life, no problem and no stress. But you know, like when you came into another country, like situation will force you to change, like you will have to adapt, you know, like so many stress, they stress you a lot in terms of document. You can't do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot earn because you are not working.
Right. There's so many restrictions. I think it's important to, as you've described, to really call out those differences between what the dream was and what the reality is. Because it's not hard to deal with, I mean,
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you. It really sounds like you are putting a lot of work in to understand the place where you're living and to really connect with the community there, not just for the work that you do, but also with the language.
Yeah, like sometimes you don't have to sit down and watch back and you say, okay, my life is so bad and my life is upside down. Like these German people, or example Italian people, the government, they are treating me so bad. Yes, it's true, but in another hand, you have to fight for what you like.
Yeah.
Keep fighting. I will advise anyone. That's all the time I told my friend, don't allow them to get into you. Try. Even if they tell you it's not possible for you, leave them. Don't argue. Keep fighting. Fight in a positive way.
Fight in a positive way.
And keep achieving. That's what I said.
I really admire that because it's true. I think the thing that every person on earth deals with in their life is being told no. You can't do this, you can't do that. No. But you still have to go on anyway. And if there's something that you want and that you know is good for you, we have to use those no answers to really fuel us to try again and make it work the next time, and not give up.
Yeah, that's it. Like, it's just like the saying goes, like, if you try once and they reject you and you stop, you are a failure, But if you keep on trying, success you shall achieve. That's what I believe.
Bapa, I want to thank you so much for being a guest today. I think, it was wonderful to talk, and I hope that we can talk again soon.
Yeah, me too.
In fact, go ahead.
I think I want to thank you too for having me.
It's a pleasure. Really nice. It's a pleasure, and I hope actually that we can even see each other in person soon. So let's see how things go with the travel restrictions and how all of the COVID-19 restrictions keep telling us no. Maybe there's a way, if we keep going forward, we can make it happen.
Yeah, I thought now the flights are all flying or moving, or they are not allowed.
They're moving in Europe, and other parts of the world will open on July 1st. But the United States and other parts of the world are still questionable for the EU because our cases are kind of high and the disease isn't perfectly under control, not at least the way it has been under control there in Germany and across Europe. So we have to see one day at a time. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, though.
So I will teach you German.
Yeah, please. Please teach me some German. Bitte. Bitte, teach me some German.
And if you speak very good Italian, all the time you say ciao, ciao.
I speak okay Italian. Definitely better than my German, let's say that.
Hey, you are an Italian, so you know how to speak Italian.
Well, I'm not Italian, I'm American.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you are Italian.
No, I'm American, and I just spend a lot of time in Italy. Yeah, my work is there, so I'm there a lot.
I will teach you. I will try my best.
Okay.
Don't laugh me.
Okay, I look forward to it. Yeah. All right, Bapa, then with that, I send you hugs and big greetings for the rest of your day. And we'll speak again soon. Thank you again so much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay. Tschüss.
Tschüss. Bye-bye.
Tschüss. Tschüss. Thank you for listening to Open Encounters from Migrants of the Mediterranean. You can follow Migrants of the Mediterranean on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you like Open Encounters, go to Apple Podcasts and subscribe, rate, and review. Open Encounters is produced, written, and edited by me, Pamela Kerpius. Editorial and outreach by Nick O'Connell. Music by Giovanni Escalera. To read every story and to donate to humanitarian storytelling, go to migrantsofthemed.com. That's migrantsofthemed.com.